Well, I sold a 350Z. I had that car for 4 years and I drifted it for like 3, and I was sad to see it go, but it was time for something new. Before we get into what I bought, just talk a little bit about why I sold my car and why I got something new. So like I said, I had a Z for a long time and I love that car actually. It drifted so awesome, but I was starting to get kind of bored with drifting, or not really bored, but I was starting to lose my passion a little bit as far as drifting goes. I wanted to get something that would rekindle my passion for drifting. So what I was looking for was something with more power. I could have done a swap in the Z, but for the amount of money that that costs for a good swap, that would have ended up being almost the amount that I paid for this next car that I'm about to show you. You know, I could have done a bunch of different things. I could have switched some things up, but I don't have a whole lot of time outside of work and my family to work on the car. So I wanted something that was out of the box, almost ready for some serious drifting. So just needs a few things, maybe some coilovers, a handbrake. There's my boy right there, Roman. Say hey, Roman.
Hi.
So coilovers, handbrake, those kinds of things, a steering angle kit, and just something that didn't need a whole lot of work to go out and just really be good. All right, so without further ado, here it is. So let's talk about why I bought this car. First of all, I got a great deal on it. This one's a clean title, not an auction car. Clean title, 120,000 miles or something like that. It has some power mods done to it, headers, exhaust, intake, that kind of thing. For the amount that I paid for this car, I was able to pay for almost most of it from selling my Z, and then the other 2 Zs that I got from Copart. Paid for, I would say, 85% of this car. So why did I buy a Corvette? Well, out of the box, it has the power that I'm looking for. It easily makes more power if I want it to. I only need to do just a few mods to get it where I want. Coilovers, angle kit, handbrake, maybe a bucket seat, probably a bucket seat. And I don't know, that's probably it. That's probably all I'm going to do to it. Maybe another set of wheels. This one has pretty nice wheels, and I don't know if I want to bang them up. So I'll probably get a second set of wheels and a bunch of tires. And that's all. That's all I'm going to do. Well, for now. So yeah, this car has rekindled the flame. I'm now excited again to go drifting, and I lost a lot of that over the winter, and from the move to Texas, when I moved from New York to Texas, and I got a new job, moved to a new state, I left all my friends behind. A lot of these things, it just kind of, it wore me down a bit, and I just wasn't excited about drifting anymore. Now I am. So now I'm ready to go. So this coming up Sunday, opening day for Club Loose Texas, and it's called Opening Moves. I'm going to go to it. The car's bone stock as far as drifting mods go. I'm just going to take it, do a shakedown, see what the car needs. I already mentioned the stuff that I'm going to do anyways, but maybe it needs something else. Maybe the engine needs a tune-up or something. I don't know. It seems pretty good, but so we'll see what happens. So Sunday is the shakedown. I'm gonna go out there and give it everything I got. I'm gonna learn the new chassis, see how it feels, and then from there I'm gonna start ordering mods. So the first mod's probably gonna be the ankle kit, and then from there I'm probably gonna do coilovers, and then last the handbrake, because I'm not gonna start tandeming this thing until I feel really comfortable with the chassis. And so that's gonna be the last mod that I do probably. But yeah, I'm super excited. I love this car. It's really awesome. It's like, I'm really impressed with how sophisticated it is for its age. It's 13 years old. This is 2006. It's 13 years old, and it's got a lot of features in here that was really impressed. I've never driven a Vette before, so I didn't know it had all these features. So it's pretty nice. So I'm really excited. I'm ready to get out there, do something new, and hopefully you guys will follow along on my journey of building this car up. So stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching.